Hello, everyone. It's this week's Stocks episode. I'm Jam,
I'm Cons.
and we are two bros interested in finance. Normally, at this very moment, I would have said, editing the Stocks episode, I'll give you the stage. But rather than that, I'm gonna do it for technical reasons. So let's talk about our Getcoin portfolio, and please feel free to interrupt me if I say something wrong. Uh, so let's start with Get Queen portfolio. Aggregated year to date, we are down 2.72%. Not the best one. And if we check your stocks, you are down 2.43% year to date, and I am down 3.03%. I think my biggest losers is SAP. At least it's just what's it called? It's not the biggest proportion of the portfolio, but it's okay. And as far as I'm aware, your biggest loser is Novo Nordisk because
Should
I
be.
told you so.
Yo.
Anyways, now I have the power. Okay, Amazon is up 8.33% year to date. So we are both fine in terms of Amazon in our portfolio. MasterCard is down 6.5%, 6.46% to
Still
be
down.
exact. And yeah, MasterCard, I don't know what's happening with financials, to be fair. Like the other financial stock that we have, and it's in my portfolio, not your portfolio, it is up 6.65%, which is Bank of America. So, like, why is MasterCard struggling? I have no idea, to be fair. Let's check Visa. I actually haven't checked Visa for a long time, if it's down year to date as well. So, Visa is 0.72% up year to date. So, it's like doing better than Bank of America, but still not good. So I don't know why the payment methods are like this, but yeah, we have this in our hands. And as I said, Bank of America is up 6.65% year to date. Netflix, we both have it in our stocks. It's down 19.36% year to date, which is crazy. I recently bought ETF, as I told you, and I had some like money that was remaining from the money that I could find. And I was like thinking going in between MasterCard or Netflix to DCA and to like, lower my average and everything. So I don't know. I'm still deciding. But yeah, let's see. But Netflix is hurting, and I have no idea why Netflix is hurting because they were trying to acquire Warner Bros., right? And they did not acquire it, which was liked by the market. Now something's happening and it is not liked again. I actually am struggling here.
Yeah, the sentiment hasn't really fully turned yet, and I think that. But I see an end towards this. Honestly, this again it dropped. Again it dropped down to 65, 70. I think in US dollar 70, US dollar 75, whatever it's trading
Hmm.
at right now. But it's been there like in the March times as well. So I think it's just double
Yeah.
testing the bottom, and yeah, it sometimes patience again. We haven't had it, only I've had Netflix now since beginning of this year pretty much. I think I bought it in beginning of
Yeah,
January.
me too. Me too.
So
Around that time as well.
what we're in the seventh month now. Now maybe we had it 6 full months, I guess, half a year. More than fine for me. This is child's play, I guess. But like we are just
Yeah,
too
yeah.
impatient. That's the problem.
Because, okay, I would like to talk about one thing about that impatience as well. When we started the year, we were so sure about our picks. We were like extremely sure about our picks. And this year, tech is not doing the best. Financials are not doing the best, other than some tech which is like semiconductor tech. Like ASML is doing fine, AMD is doing fine, but like the big seven, that's what it was called, right? Max
The
seven.
Max 7, yeah.
The Max 7, yeah. Max 7 is not doing the best. Like Amazon is a bit up, but less than the market because market's up like what, 10%, 12%, S&P 500. Netflix is down. Google's up a bit more than the market. So yeah, it's like quite questionable, but it's okay. Netflix is down. So next stock that we have is Google. Google is doing quite okay, to be fair, in my opinion. 13.34% up year to date. You have Google in your portfolio. As far as I'm aware, I don't have Google in my portfolio because I was like, Google had its year in 2025. It's going to be Amazon's year. But yeah, I was wrong on that.
The year's not
Yeah,
over, man. I know we are just across the halfway point. A lot of things
yeah.
can happen in 3, 4 months, even the last 2 months, November, December, a lot of things can change. You can have an easy market crash and bam, the market is down and suddenly you're outperforming the general market again. So I think,
Yeah.
expect the unexpected as always. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about it because, like, do you remember I was telling you when we were publishing our list as well, and like we were also talking about the stocks that didn't go into our lists. One of them was Unilever for me.
Mm,
And in the mid-year, or it was like the March, April, May, around that time, I was telling you, Cons, Unilever is 22% up. Like
mm.
it's crazy. It's doing so well. Why didn't I buy it? I am so upset. And the last time I checked Unilever,
It's
it was
down
down like more than like what's it
4.5%
called?
year to date.
Yeah, you see. So
Yeah.
yeah. So like as you said, it really depends on what's gonna happen. So let's see. Novo Nordisk. When you are checking Novo Nordisk, do you check the American or
Uh,
the Danish one?
doesn't matter for me. Normally, I prefer the Danish, always the home market.
Okay,
But
okay. Then
the
Danish
news is the
one.
same sad one. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For the Danish one, I think it recovered. As far as I remember,
yeah,
it was
it
worse.
recovered a lot.
Down 2.42% year to date.
It was at minus 20, I
Um,
believe, minus
Yeah,
24.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So it rallied 11% in 1 month, so which is good. But yeah, no, this. Look, I was checking because I am thinking to sell Rheinmetall. We talked about this on the phone as well,
Mm,
and I am looking for other stocks that I can buy. And I started looking in the pharmaceuticals, right? And also some insurances and pharmaceuticals. When you check them, Novo Nordisk is like one of the top ones. But unfortunately, it is the only minus one this year. So
yeah,
I don't have
it's
much hope about Novo Nordisk, and also not only that I don't have much hope on Novo Nordisk, it's also about the research that's come out about Ozempic. I don't like the research, and I don't think that it's gonna go any better.
yeah, but I feel like okay, not defending Novo Nordisk right now. They had some really good research coming out nowadays, and with their new medication. So, and I think that's also the main reason they've had a pretty good recovery last 2 months, right? They've had some pretty good positive news. But what I'm saying is, and you're not gonna get away with this, doesn't matter which pharmaceutical company you're buying, and that's why I'm actually maybe not the biggest fan of pharmaceuticals in general, is
Hmm.
because the unpredictability they can have with one of their products. And it doesn't matter if it's Novo Nordisk or if it's Bayer with their glyphosate, you know,
Hmm.
stuff like this. It doesn't matter how quality the company is. If for example, like the whole Bayer and glyphosate problem, right? And their fertilizer that doesn't cause cancer, and bam, 20 years later, it causes cancer. It's obvious it causes cancer, right? For everyone in
Yeah.
medicine, it's obvious. And now they're fighting for this for the last 10, 15 years. And they just had like a breakthrough recently in the court. That's why the stock has recovered as well, Bayer. But all I'm saying is, a company which is producing medicinal products, pharmaceuticals, right, in general, you will always have this risk. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be just, anti-baby pill or stuff like this.
Hmm.
You have the risk everywhere. Yeah,
True. No, I agree
it's
with you
it's a
100%.
it's a
100%.
it's yeah. If you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors, right, and how the product is produced, really, or this mistrust into pharmaceutical companies, I think is fair, to be honest, because they do fuck
Yeah.
up, right? They do fuck
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. A lot. A lot, a lot. Okay, the last stock is SAP.
Not
Crazy downfall. Last year, I don't remember the last year performance, but last year performance was not any better, maybe a bit better than this, but year to date, SAP is down 31.87%. Let's call it 32. I'll give them those percentages. 32% down, SAP. I must
That's
give
crazy.
you an applause here. Because how? How is this possible? I have friends working in SAP and they're saying that all is well. How is this possible, guys?
All
Come
is
on, you
well.
guys are like one of the cornerstones company of Germany. Bundesrepublik Deutschland.
That's the
Okay,
problem, bro. You just said
do,
it.
do you see my point? Like, how can this stock go this low? This is one of the cornerstone companies of Germany. Guys, can we be better? 32% is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I bought it, so I own SAP. I bought it at the point where I sold it, um, in 2020. So yeah, in 2021, I already sold at 129, 128, and then I sold also in 2023. So people lost their gains of 5 years, pretty much 4 or 5 years nearly.
Hmm.
Um, of gains lost. But I have to say, the company was trading at a high PE ratio, and that's always the risk, you know. It was an expensive stock. It had a PE
Yeah,
ratio above 35, I think, into the low 40s. Um, and that's just expensive. It's just expensive, you know.
it is. It is. I agree.
And
Yeah.
when a correction comes, and when I look at companies, I'm gonna mention it now as well, AMD or stuff like this, you know, they're expensive. Now people have so many high expectations, and if one expectation is not met, the stock will be punished, and it is what it
Yeah.
is, you know. And yeah, but I honestly, right now, I think SAP, it might be dropping lower. It can, I think anything is possible, because it's still in the full downtrend. It hasn't found a bottom, so I can see 120, maybe even 110 happening. I think people underestimate what the stock market can do. But either way, I think it's a buy, you know. So even if it drops more, I think I'm gonna add more as well. If it drops in the 120s, I'm definitely gonna add on to SAP 100%.
Um, I mean, yeah, I see your point. Let's see. Let's see. I actually have. Yeah.
You know, when you look 5 years back, 2022, the stock traded at 120, but dropped all the way down to 81. You know, I thought the bottom was in at 100. Then it dropped to 90. And I was like, well, how low can it drop? And I bought SAP in those periods as well. And yeah, I mean, eventually it came back, right? But it always surprises me how, you know, it's the same with Netflix, right? As well.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't think Netflix would drop this hard, but it did. And right now it's not looking too spicy either, right? Maybe it will
Hmm.
drop down to $60. You never know, you know? So I think always keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, we just gotta see how the things are gonna go. And that's literally, I don't have much to say about the SAP because like pissing me off. Financials are
Patience.
good as well. It's just yeah, 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 yeah.
Patience, my
Um,
friend.
you're gonna see. You're gonna see.
Yeah, I think, yeah, software in general, we talked about it as well, right? The standard. Microsoft also having a
Yeah,
tough time, Salesforce having a tough time. And you know, all these
yeah. Hmm.
companies have outstanding financials. You don't really see the hit of AI yet. But that's, I think that's the what scares the people, what will come, what earnings will be disrupted, right? So
I
we
mean,
shall see.
yeah, that's the yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what we always say. We shall see. But I mean, yeah, what can I say? I just the market does what it wants to do. You know, market doesn't do what you want it to do. Market does itself. So yeah, we're just gonna wait and see. That's what we can say. No.
I mean, the market does what it wants, and what it wants is semiconductors, bro, and it loves that shit. The momentum of the market is in one sector right now, and the rest of the sectors are left behind. And that sector is
Yeah.
semiconductors. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and you can see it like ASML has a year-to-date performance 55%, right? Is absolutely, I think it was at 60, 70% recently. I think it reached like 1900 US dollars, right? Nearly
Hmm.
2000. That was, by the way, that was a price target for me that I set myself, 2000 euro. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
if I'm gonna follow through and sell a little bit just to take a little bit of, you know, maybe take out. I
Hmm.
don't know. I'm very cautious about selling, you know me.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Hmm.
but it's, I mean, a stock performs so well. It's always, you know it, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And
Of course,
AMD is
of
up
course.
150% year to date, so that's been absolute. I've sold some more at 500 US dollar, pretty much 460 euros per stock.
Hmm.
So yeah, crazy run. PE ratio I think of 140 now. The current PE ratio of AMD. So extremely overpriced. But again, the problem is AMD is whacking out numbers, man. They're unbelievable. What growth they bring,
Yeah.
year over year growth, 40, 50% revenue growth. Yeah. But again, I'm loading off. I think it's a little bit too pricey. Again, AMD getting into the high price, and I think,
AMD is definitely very pricey right now.
yeah.
Very, very pricey.
And I think we
Yeah.
are due for a little correction in the semiconductor space. So I can totally see a pullback, and I would not be surprised if AMD, because it's trading at 550 right now US dollar, can easily drop to 350, 300. Easily, like nothing.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
I think so.
for me, this kind of corrections are completely normal. But I took over half of my money out already, and I think I'm gonna sell a little bit more depending how the market's running. But you don't want to sell during
Hmm.
the hype, so that's also another thing, right? But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, you gotta, yeah. I mean, we're just gonna wait and see, I guess. That's what I can say. And yeah, that's about it. Or do you have, is there another way to do it? No, in
no,
your opinion.
no, wait and see,
No.
patience, bro. But earnings, I think ASML is gonna set some good earnings next week. Um, Actually surprised me when I just checked, but they do have the earnings upcoming on Wednesday, I believe, the 15th of July.
Yeah.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, but um, yeah, they're gonna set a good example on how it's gonna look for the semiconductors for the next 3, 4 months, right? This is what's
Hmm.
gonna they drive the market, and if those earnings are good, I think this rally or this bubble-like rally, bro, in the semiconductor space will continue, and I think ASML can reach like 2,500 euros by the end. If this momentum is keeping going, I don't see it stopping, right? So we shall
See, the,
see.
the the only thing is, AI started to give like cracks in terms of the market.
Mm,
And semiconductor space is really dependent on AI because whichever, except ASML, I don't really hear them talking about AI, but I hear all these like chip companies talking about AI, and their main selling point is AI.
mm.
So if AI starts to give cracks, semiconductor stocks market might be in bit of a trouble as well, in my opinion. I
I
don't know
mean,
though.
these overpriced stocks, right? Like SanDisk, also AMD right now, and other
Hmm.
ones like that you see like Intel, right? And I think the
Yeah,
main driver is the demand and supply always, right? And the demand is super
yeah, yeah,
high
yeah.
right now, but imagine just the demand goes down next quarter a little bit. It's
Hmm.
already like for investors, it will already, oh, demand is going down, you know? So
Yeah, yeah,
instantly the stock will be punished 10, 15%, especially if they went up like 300%, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so as soon as the demand goes down, and it will go down because demand can never be this high for a long time, right? There will be a
Hmm.
correction, and I think we will see it in the general market as well. And then I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
will have a little bit of a sentiment change to the stocks that have been a little bit left on the side for the past months, like Netflix,
Hmm.
Mastercard, Meta. Maybe the software sector in general will have a recovery. I think people will
Hmm.
chase a little bit more value after like adding money to companies with like 50, 100 PE ratio. I would not recommend buying AMD right now. That's for sure. So,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely, definitely.
um, so yeah, otherwise, I have not much to add. We shall sit it out, especially this long summer break.
Yeah, neither do I. So, thank you guys for watching. Your grandma, your grandpa, you guys already know the drill. Catch you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.
Ciao, 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 ciao.